Everyone, so today we're going to do the Hanged Man, Major Arcana card number 12. And before we start, I want to show you how I keep my tarot cards. I was really planning to do an audio today, but I think thanks for writing to me and asking me to do a video, so I'm doing a video. So I want to show you, this is where I keep, I have these little portlies these are my houses for my tarot cards. And this is for my Rider-Waite, and then this is for my Gaian Tarot, which is about the earth. So this pattern reminds me of the earth. And I have one for every tarot deck that I've housed, and these are very special to me. I have saffron in it in my tarot bag. When Ishan was born, I have an ultrasound of him because when he was born, we knew that there's an issue with his heart even before he was born. So I trusted my tarot cards to keep him safe. So I have a picture of that also in here. So these are my little spiritual temples that I go to. And tarot cards are how I connect to the divine, just like any temple that we have. So this is the Hanged Man. And I must tell you, the first time I saw this card, I really thought it was Jesus Christ on the cross. That was my first impression of the card. And it does, and I think many other people might also see it that way because it does look like that. You can see how the man is also making a cross symbol. He is and obviously he's in a very uncomfortable pose. He is upside down, hanging from a tree. And of course, he's uncomfortable, he is in suffering, and yet you see the divine glow around his head. So he has experienced divinity there. So this card is about sacrifice. And even the word sacrifice comes from the word to make sacred. So there is a sacredness in sacrifice, there is a sacredness in surrender, and that is what this card is about. It's very ironical because you would expect that this person's face to be twisted and in pain and in bitterness, but he is at peace. He has found bliss. He has connected himself to the divine. The reason I also thought about Jesus in this, and I can see later on there is a numerical correspondence because Jesus was having the Last Supper with 12 apostles. The number 12 was very important. And then after crucifixion comes the card of death, of transformation, which even he went through. And that is his story, the one of transformation and of renewal. And I'm reminded of all that as we head towards Christmas. Even though it turns out that his birthday is more towards spring, but this is the time where all over the world they celebrate his birthday. So, also this person is doing a kind of Shirsasana. So when you put yourself in Shirsasana, the blood reaches your head differently. Even if you are upside down and you look at everything seems different. It is about looking things from a new perspective. It is about your head is your ego, and your head is no longer ruling you. It's no longer on top of your body, but it is at the bottom. So and your feet are up. Feet again is the symbol of, it is related to Pisces and to surrender, to reaching God through being a martyr. These are all Piscean themes that play out in this card. So, he's also doing Vrikshasana, a kind of Vrikshasana. And again, I think trees are one of the greatest yogis on earth. When I go to the redwood forest, you actually have trees that are more than 2,000 years old. And that is probably the time Jesus was in the world. And these have been rooted in one spot, grounded, connected to the earth, looking up to the heavens. And I really feel that, and they give, trees give so much. So I feel that again, they suit the image here. So this card is about short-term discomfort, short-term losses, short-term suffering for a larger gain. For you make the smaller sacrifice for the larger gain. There is this very beautiful saying in the West which says, "Let go, let God." This is what this man has let go. He has surrendered and he has let God. And that is what is the symbolism of this card. Now I want to talk about the Trishanku card, where Trishanku is also like, he was a king who wanted to enter the heaven in his mortal body. And again, this is a card where, let's say you desire something, but you do not have the karma for it. If you really imbibe the energy of this card, then your karma starts burning, and you make yourself deserving of whatever you really wanted. I'm reminded of Om Shanti Om. If you have seen that movie, this Shah Rukh Khan in his previous avatar, he was in love with this woman who was an actress way beyond his reach, and he really wanted her and really wanted to have her in his life. And you can see at every step he keeps making sacrifices for her, and he keeps, and then the universe conspires in a way to give that to him, but he has to go through tremendous, literally his karma gets roasted in those fires where he tries to save her, risking his own life. So literally he burns away the karma, and then in the next life he does achieve her, or he does get her as a life partner. So this is Trishanku card. So Trishanku, yes, he wanted to enter the heaven in his mortal body, and everyone, the gods were like, no way. So he goes to Vishwamitra. Now Vishwamitra is a very interesting Brahmarshi, because Vishwamitra is a Kshatriya. Kshatriya is someone who will not leave the battlefield. Okay, so now he has a challenge. He's like, I'm going to take this on. I'm going to send you to heaven. So he, you can see at the bottom, he conducts this major yagna, and through that havan, through those flames, he wants Trishanku to ascend to the heaven. The gods, they push him down because they think he's not worthy, he's not yet earned, and so that Deva force brings him down. And now there is this battlefield between the Devas and the Vishwamitra, and Trishanku is stuck in the middle, and he is like upside down. Now, when he is upside down, earlier he had this burning desire that this is what he wanted, but as he stands there upside down, suspended from the heavens, neither in heaven, neither on earth, he sees everything with a whole new perspective. He starts realizing, the energy of the Guru is running through him. The energy, he's also very close to the heaven. The Devic energy is running because they are also pushing him down. That energy is also penetrating him. With all that, he starts seeing everything in a whole new perspective. He starts realizing things. In this tapasya, his karma starts burning. He becomes worthy of achieving his dream, his desire. And so it is uncomfortableness. In fact, they say that Vishwamitra creates an own Brahmand around Trishanku. He creates his own constellation. This whole Brahmand is created. So there is this whole new creation that can happen. There is this connection to the divine, but you have to give. You have to sacrifice. You have to give up something. You have to become worthy of it. So this man is tied up. What is that tying up? It is your own limitations. It is your own patterns that is tying you up, and that is what needs to be released. When this card comes in a in a reading, there are two things I ask people to really look at. One is that they should be ready to make a small term sacrifice for a larger goal. The other thing I would say is that if you have an old issue that is not getting resolved, take it up, because this card gives you an opportunity to look at life in a whole new way, to look at that old issue, that old pattern in a whole new way and get released and get mukti from it. Okay? Because after this, if you do this right, the next card is transformation. Okay? For me, we've been talking about the sequence of cards. For me, the Wheel of Fortune is when a quantum packet of karma gets released. And that quantum packet of karma has gifts, and it has the karmic stickiness. It has the karmic debts that you have come to pay. Even those get released. When the Justice card comes, that's a very special time where what do you do with that karmic packet that got released? You face the consequences of that. So when that karmic packet got released, what are the consequences of that you face? And then we talked about gifts as well as the debts, and this is where you pay the debts. And then this whole new rebirth, a whole new transformation happens. That is card 13. I really love the Osho Zen card also. For me, you can see how this talks about new vision. Again, you're hanging upside down, blood going to your head. Your head is no longer ruling. You are thinking out of the box.